Hey, it's Michael back with an update on YouTube TV and NBC Universal because I really feel like I owe it to you. I spend a lot of time on this channel talking about live TV services and specifically YouTube TV. And really, I had to make this video because the more I see the tweets coming from the You Need Channels website, the more frustrated that I get. When you go to this website, it says YouTube TV may drop your favorite channels and then you can act now. When you click send a tweet, here's the tweet that populates. YouTube TV, don't drop my favorite channels like NBC, Telemundo, USA, Bravo, MSNBC, NBCSN, Golf Channel, Sci-Fi, and more. I deserve the channels I pay for. And if you use Twitter and you check it, you may have noticed that it has been flooded with these tweets from people who are going to the website and then sending that automatic tweet to let YouTube TV know they don't want to lose NBC channels. And I get that. There are a couple of NBC Universal channels that I really like. They're part of the reason why I continue paying for a live TV service. But what's missing from all this is the context, and we're starting to get more of that now, a couple days after my first video on this topic. If you're a YouTube TV subscriber, by now you've gotten this email where they lay out a lot of what was in the initial statement that I showed you a couple days ago, basically saying that its agreement with NBC Universal expires September 30th, and if they can't come to new terms, the channels will leave the service, and in the meantime, customers will get $10 off until the channels return. But focus here on the second paragraph because this is important. Our ask is that NBC Universal treats YouTube TV like any other distributor. In other words, for the duration of our agreement, YouTube TV seeks the same rates that services of similar size get from NBCU, so we can continue offering YouTube TV to members at a competitive and fair price. So while you and I don't have a full glimpse into the negotiations, you get from that message that it seems like NBC Universal is not offering YouTube TV the same rates that it may offer other services like Hulu Live or maybe Sling TV. And another piece that NBC doesn't mention on its YouNeedChannels.com website is that apparently NBC Universal has demanded that YouTube TV bundle Peacock along with its service. I've got one article up on the screen now. I'll link to it down in the description, but this has been widely reported as one of the main issues remaining between YouTube TV and NBC Universal. So just think about how ridiculous that demand is. YouTube TV is a service that bundles cable TV networks as well as the main local stations. And NBC Universal has NBC to offer on the local side, and then more than a dozen cable TV networks. Peacock is an on-demand service that is separate from the bundle and doesn't require a cable TV subscription. So why would YouTube TV want to bundle Peacock in with the cable networks that offer a lot of the same programming that's on the Peacock app? So let's say that YouTube TV agreed to NBC Universal's demands as they've been reported. Most certainly there would be a price increase, that's for starters, but then don't you think NBC Universal would start laying out these demands to the other services? Also, what would stop Viacom CBS from saying, hey, you need to bundle Paramount Plus along with YouTube TV, and then your bill would go up once again. In this case, I feel like YouTube TV and Google needed to push back on NBC Universal. But I'll show you You Need Channels again, and you see none of that information is available. Even when I click on the FAQ page, you don't get any of the details about what NBC is demanding in these negotiations with YouTube TV. So if NBC Universal were being truly transparent and working in your interests, it would at the very least explain how much that it's charging YouTube TV for its networks. For example, I'm curious how much that I'm paying for Oxygen, a network that appears to run reruns of Dateline all day and all night. That is not what NBC Universal did. By going public with this website and encouraging people to tweet YouTube TV, they're putting you in the middle of these negotiations without all the information and without realizing that you could be advocating the next YouTube TV price hike by sending that tweet. A lot of times when these carriage disputes happen, they seem so unnecessary, but in this case, I almost feel like this had to happen. YouTube TV had to push back. Otherwise, NBC Universal will be trying these tactics with all the other service providers, and who knows, they may still intend to do that in the future. Now, in the meantime, if you've got to leave YouTube TV because you want those NBC Universal owned networks, if in fact they leave the service, you have the options of Hulu Live, Fubo TV, Sling TV, they've all got them, as well as DirecTV Stream. I put up a quick video recently with the things to know before you pause or cancel YouTube TV. You can find a link to that down in the description. The key thing is that if you pause YouTube TV, your recordings will be saved, so when you come back, you'll have all your DVR history there. See you next time.